Hello and welcome to Paul Christian's 5-Minute Reviews. In this segment, I will be playing 5 minutes each of each month's free game offered on the PlayStation Network monthly. I will be reviewing the game, playing 5 minutes exactly of that game, and letting you know whether the game is up to snuff or to be left in the dust. For March, the free game offered on the PlayStation Network was a side-scrolling space shooter called Galak-Z. The main character of Ajax seemed like a charismatic and powerful lead character. Through my 5-minute playthrough, I mostly found myself floating around shooting those bouncy space rocks. The controls were very fluid, using the right trigger to boost and the X button to shoot your little laser beam. Another key flaw in the game that I noticed during my 5-minute review. After critically acclaimed games like Skyrim and Fallout, I was really hoping that Galak-Z would be able to up the ante and truly offer me a living, breathing world filled with side quests and interesting stories. Yet in my 5-minute playthrough, I found that the game really kept you on the rails, and I wasn't able to find a single side quest or hidden area within my entire 5 minutes. The game also seemed to be lacking in any kind of closure for the main story. In my 5-minute playthrough, I found myself more confused than anything by the end. Who was this Beam woman? Who was the mysterious empire who kept making appearances in the background that I could not visit? These were all questions left unanswered when I finished my 5-minute review. Another glaring omission that I noticed throughout the game was the severe lack in modern-day, truly elite graphics. Games like The Witcher 3 had really stepped up the game in terms of graphical video game quality, and I was really disappointed that the first 5 minutes of Galak-Z did not offer me a similar experience. Which brings me to my final and perhaps most important critique of the game. These days there seems to be only one bankable subject matter that truly seems to be taking off in all mediums: crossovers. And crossovers are killing it in the entertainment industry lately with things like The Avengers and Deadpool. It seems like a big wasted opportunity for Galak-Z not to include one of these crossovers. Would it have really been so hard to include Iron Man in one of these space battles, or maybe an encounter with the big tree monster Groot? And with the space setting, would it have been that hard to include our favorite Mandalorian bounty hunter Boba Fett? Any one of these cameos could have turned a mediocre game into a fantastic one worth playing over and over again.
Test fire your lasers.
Another problem with the game that I noticed was a severe lack in environments to float your spaceship through. It seemed like 100% of the environments took place in space with a bunch of those floaty little space rocks. Why couldn't the game have taken place in downtown Manhattan, with maybe a Spider-Man cameo? All in all, I found that the first 5 minutes of Galak-Z were extremely fun, with fluid controls and little space rocks that went bump. Although the game had a strong bossy lady in it, the game lacked any kind of open-world sandbox RPG elements or any kind of complete story. Very disappointingly, the story did not knock my socks off. Also, Boba Fett is not in the game. It is sad to say, but without these key elements, it's hard for me to give the game a grade of anything more than 1 out of 5 Game Boys, which means, at a price of $0, I rate this game, Galak-Z, worth the purchase. Join us again next month for Paul Christian's 5-minute reviews. Better luck next time, Sony.